Hey guys, project-zodiac here. I'm back with another video, and this is another movie review and anticipation for the new Superman movie coming out in July. This is my review of Superman 3. So I'll be reviewing all of the original Christopher Reeve universe Superman movies in anticipation for the new Superman movie that's coming out. So if you haven't seen the other reviews, please do. So this is my review of Superman 3. This first section is going to be spoiler-free. I do have a lot to say about this movie, but I also don't. So this is my spoiler-free section. So yes, let's just go straight into it. This movie it does some things right. There's this interpersonal battle of Superman, and I thought that was one of the best things about this movie. It was pretty serious and done really, really good. We get to see Clark bonding with Lana, which was really nice, and then we also get to see the implementation of technology, and I think that was done really good. And really, that's about all the good things with this movie. It's not a terrible movie. It is passable and enjoyable, but you can tell that even Christopher Reeve was a bit upset and stressed in this movie, and for some reason, like, he was still very young. He was in his 30s. But for some reason in this movie, he looked like he was in his mid-50s. I don't know why. Like, it was shocking to see. So I don't know if it was just because he was stressed during the production of this movie, or if that's how they made him look. I don't know. But yeah, this movie has a lot of issues. It has all the forced humor that I talked about in the last movie implemented here. There's really only one humorous thing, something regarding the Leaning Tower of Pisa that I thought was actually pretty funny. Everything else about the humor in this movie is super forced and really annoying and a bit bland. And the interesting things that they do with this movie also has some of the downsides of what happened with Superman 2, which is those interesting things are kind of butchered, given the way that the script is and the way that the direction was. But other than that, though, again, it's a movie that is enjoyable. It is fun. But it does feel like Superman's a little bit of a backseat to the humorous villains, which again is not even humorous, they're just really forced. So I don't know why the director decided to do it like that, but it was not a really good choice. Honestly, out of all of the Christopher Reeve universe movies, this one is my least favorite. But it's, again, still a very enjoyable movie to just put in the background and have fun with. So it's not too bad. Now, that's it basically for my spoiler-free section. I'm just going to go now straight into my spoiler section. So if you want to listen to that, so I can explain a little bit more in detail what it is that I don't like and do like about this movie, that'll be really nice. But if you don't want the spoilers, then I hope you can have a good day, and thank you for watching. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. Now, for those of you that are staying, let's go into the things that I liked about this movie. Really, it was just, as I had mentioned, the fact that we see Superman reacting to kryptonite in a very specific way, or not kryptonite, but like a type of chemical creation of a fake kryptonite. I thought that was really interesting, and I really liked seeing the progression, but again, the story and the story pacing and issues that was a factor in Superman 2 as a complaint that I had with it is present here, and that's also true with him, because we don't really see him doing a whole bunch of messed up things before the world starts turning their back on Superman. Because in one scene, you can tell he's being a little bit more upfront with Lana and putting at risk somebody's life on purpose, and then you can tell that he's feeling bad about it. But then, like, the next scene is just everybody in the world is against Superman now. It's like, okay, but why? Only after that we slowly get to see him being a jerk to certain people or doing things a bit messed up. And when we got to see that, it was really cool, but there's a lot of things that are missing in between. And the reason for that is because they really focused on us spending time with the villains, which is nice, it's cool, it's different, but it's for humor, and it's forced humor, and it just is really, really bad. Again, the only really funny thing with this movie was the Leaning Tower of Pisa situation. I thought that that was pretty funny. But everything else is just forced humor, doesn't work. Even during the battle between Clark and Superman, it's something very serious, but the director made it be very cartoony in one scene because he Superman gets like the this big iron circle thing and then just like slams it down on Clark, and then Clark just goes down like a cartoon character, and he goes in and pulls him up. I, but I can't complain too much about that particular fight in and that scene in that fight, just because that's still something that could happen in a realistic way, and it didn't feel too cheesy. It just felt like it was, given how the rest of the movie is. So I think if it was just a one-off thing in that scene, it wouldn't be too forceful or too funny. I think it would have worked fine. Um, but overall, though, like that scene itself, the bad Superman with Clark, that fight was really cool. It's one of the best in the series. And it was really also nice to see Clark's suit change colors. And now here's what's really interesting is that the colors that it is, and I talked about this in my Superman 2 review. I feel like his suit has some Kryptonian technology within it, but I guess he also has two suits, because in Superman Returns, which I do consider a canon and is separate for this one, he has that, darker red suit, and that resembles the suit that he has in this movie. So it's kind of like when he's bad Clark, it's kind of like he's, what's the word to say, using decided to wear that suit that he wore in that last movie, and then he decided to use the brighter suit when he's back to normal. So I really like that a lot. And it just makes it feel even more so like that third movie, Superman Returns, is canon, and technically it is. Now, of course, we get the whole thing about Lois. Well, she's here for a few seconds. She's a little annoying in this one, but she's here for a few scenes very quickly. She is mentioned on going on a vacation. So again, the fact that we don't get a mention of her husband or her son is okay, because she's away on vacation. But then another thing that really kind of makes the last movie feel a little bit more connected with this one is the fact that in the last movie there was a little bit more modern technology in it, including some more modern computers and cell phones and all that stuff. In this movie, computers are a very big part of the plot, and I really like that. So it doesn't make Superman Returns technology feel out of place, considering this movie, which is set sometime after it, focuses on computer being a more modern, permanent thing in office and homes. So obviously, yes, in Superman Returns we see computers already in the Daily Planet, but it's like you can assume that it's just slowly been implemented, and that this is now them just really getting not just computers but a whole bunch of other more advanced technology in the office, and that I really liked that concept. So again, this movie kind of bleeds in with that one pretty nicely. It doesn't really contradict it. Still don't think they should have had cell phones in Superman Returns, but hey, at least for the computer usage and all that stuff, it works. Because it's, in this movie they already started using computers in many places too. So it's not like it was just put into the office in that in this movie. So that's good. Another thing too that I really liked was Clark and Lana. I think that their relationship was really good, and she actually cares for Clark as a person, which is different from how Lois sees Clark, which again I go into many complaints about it in my Superman 2 review. So because of that, I do think that, how can I say this, that Lana was written so much better in this movie than Lois was in this movie or in Superman 2. Lois in Superman Returns was pretty well written for the most part. But yeah, in this movie, Lana, as a love interest for Clark, was done so much better than Lois across Superman 2. And I wish that they kept Lana present for the next Superman movies, but unfortunately she wasn't. But yeah, I thought that the relationship was really good, really well done, and it was really nice to just see how, how Clark is being looked up to by that little kid, how he's able to feel comfortable with Lana. I thought there was a lot of really nice things and moments with them. Um, and yeah, so again, this does it really good. And like the big final battle as well, yeah, it's against a supercomputer, but I thought that that was really interesting because, again, it's using technology and it's a computer that knows the weakness to everything. So if fighting with Superman was really, really interesting. And yeah, I just think that this movie does get a lot of hate for a lot of things, but it does some things really, really cool and works really, really well. Um, of course, the special effects in this movie is also really bad. It's worse than Superman 2. Um, and wait, is it this movie? No, it's not this movie. I was gonna say something else about Superman's powers, but that's the other movie. So yeah, I think that overall though it handled a lot of these things well, but again, the movie really wants to focus on the humor and the villains, and they don't really want to show Superman too often. Like there's this whole sequence where the villains are just talking about the things that Superman did to stop their plans. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. We don't get to see that. I mean, it would have been nice if we did, but at least we're spending more time understanding these villains a little bit more and seeing what their plan is going to be. So if they had taken that section and talked about what their next step was going to be and just that, that would have been okay. Because in many movies we see the heroes doing things off screen or hear about it, so it's not an issue. But then they go out of their way to show Superman doing those things as the villains are talking. And it's like, so why not just show us Superman doing all those things and then show us the villains talking about this being reported on the news as well? The way that it was implemented was really, really strange and badly put. It's like they wanted to include it, but they really just wanted to focus on the villains being humorous and they didn't want to take too much time away from them. So they just showed us a super quick version as a clip show while someone is talking about it. So that's how that came off as, and it's a bit upsetting. And again, you can really tell that Christopher Reeve is not happy in this movie. He's very stressed, and when you look at the production for it, you can tell that he had a very bad experience doing the production of this movie. And unfortunately, his performance is impacted about it. Not just the performance, but like the way that he looks too. Again, I was shocked at how much older he looks in this movie compared to Superman 2. Because really, I thought this movie would have been released maybe like 20 or 30 years after, but no. It was only released a few years later. And he was still in his 30s, but he looks like he's in his mid-50s. So I was shocked by that, especially considering the next Christopher Reeve movie where he's present, Superman 4, he looks young. And he looks as he did in Superman 2 and mostly Superman 1 as well in some parts. So I was just completely shocked at what they did to him in this movie, either through lighting or makeup or filming techniques and just the stress overall, because that dude does not look like he's in his 30s in this movie. But he still does a really good job, a really good performance, even if you could tell he wasn't happy. It worked out really well. But yeah, this movie is a bit overhated, but it also has some valid criticism with it. And I do like many aspects of it. I just wish that they would have done things a lot better with it. But yeah, that's my general thoughts on this movie. It's the worst out of all of the Christopher Reeve movies, but it's not overly terrible. You can still have some fun with it, but it can be a little bit annoying in some parts. But still not a terrible movie. But yeah, guys, that's it for my thoughts on Superman 3. Let me know what you think about this movie. For the next one, I'll be talking about Supergirl, and then the last one, Superman 4, before the new Superman movie comes out. Let me know what you think of this movie. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to you later. Have a good day.